What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It's SBD on the mic, Dojo Design Guy. I'm here, Community Corner episode 3. Shout outs for everyone locking in now. This episode 3, we got Jinty coming up. Long standing member of the FGC. I say thanks everyone for tuning in. If you don't know who we are, Electronic Dojo. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram is Electronic Dojo UK. Help us run up the numbers on there. Not gonna keep you guys too long. Let's just gonna get into it. I'm gonna get Jinty on the stage right now, and we're gonna get into Community Corner episode 3. Let's go. So welcome, Jinty. It sounds weird to me to even say that because I don't call you Jinty like it's because I've just known you too long.
No one people do these days, to be fair. It's normally Alex nowadays, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've never called you as long as like we've known each other and that, man. So
just government names, isn't it?
Trust me, that's it, man. But shout out to you. But thanks for coming on Community Corner episode 3. Yeah, man. Like obviously, I say, you're a long-standing member of the FGC, very storied history, like that goes pretty far back. Like I think we've known each other. It's got to be like probably 20, maybe 20 years, maybe even more. I couldn't put like.
Yeah, I think even more. Maybe probably when I must have been eight or 9.
Was it that?
Yeah, so like 25 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was thinking about it today as well. I was thinking like, how long have I actually known? It's been a good while, man. But I say, man, shout out to you. But yeah, like for everyone tuning in, obviously this is Jinty. Just I guess introduce yourself, like when you got. How did you get into the scene?
I don't need to introduce myself now.
Here we go already. It's gonna be one of them ones. It's gonna be one of them ones. I see. But just let the people know like who you are. How you kind of. What was your first introduction to not even the scene, but fighting games in general? First of all, like.
Probably playing them at a young age. Like I think I remember playing Street Fighter World Warrior on. Was it on the Amiga? Or like, but definitely played it on like the Mega Drive.
Yeah, definitely on Mega Drive. Yeah.
And then I remember like Ryu was the main character, but I thought what, everyone in World Warrior you could only pick there weren't no mirror matches in it, so everyone would pick Ryu, and I was thought let me pick the guy that looks like Ryu in it. I'll pick Ken. You couldn't do any mirror matches, so
yeah.
So then I started like used Ken from back then, and then that must have been when I was like 5 or 6, and then like as like the consoles got better and better, and the more games was coming out, and then but back then it was like the console ports for some of the games were kind of
yeah.
But yeah, that was like where probably when I was 6 was my first like version, like first like coming across of Street Fighter and fighting games. But then I proper got into them. Like, I guess you used to hook me up in it with the come around with the games and stuff.
Yeah.
Come around with Guilty Gear. That was XX back in like when like that must have been like 2002 or something, 2003. I don't know when XX came out.
Yeah, because a bit background history, like literally, like me and Alex and like his brothers used to play fighting games. Like that was our scene essentially.
Yeah, that was
like,
our scene, man. Like.
And like I was the hookup. Like any new PS2 game, like fighting game at the time, I'd buy it because I love
PlayStation 1 as well.
Even PlayStation 1.
Alpha Free.
World Tour mode and all that, man.
yeah, exactly. World Tour mode.
But I think like when like we got serious, it was more like because I just like fighting games anyway, and like I'd just buy them and go down to Alex's house and just be like, yeah, I got this game, let's play it, and then. It's literally like we got to a point where all the fighting games like Virtua Fighter,
Virtua Fighter,
like a lot. ST, Virtua Fighter was the one that kind of
that was like number 4 Revolution, in it.
4 Evo, PS2, man, and like we used to rinse that. Then it was
Neo Geo Battle Coliseum,
classic, man.
Classic game. See, I used to play SNK games as well.
Alex, despite like the hate that he gives SNK games, he did play SNK games.
I can't hate now though, because obviously the news and stuff. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, like we used to. It's literally I bring any game that I was there. I'd go and play with Alex and his brothers because that was our scene at the time. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really know many other people that play the fighting games. Like you, Ryan, and shout outs to Ryan as well, and like obviously other brothers as well. And like we go down after Guilty Gear sessions, and then we'd run like first to tens on ST, then it was first to tens on First Strike, and more than likely I'll get bodied in that still with my cross the old Dudley and that. But you know, but like it was.
I think like the first, whenever first got serious was when you come down to the house with the memory stick in it.
Yeah,
and then like yo, Alex, you gotta watch this, you know, because there's no YouTube back then, and this was about 2000. It must have been 2005. It must have been 2004.
Yeah.
And you just plugged in the memory stick, and you like, just watch this, and then it was the Daigo versus Justin Wong.
Yeah,
First Strike.
I still remember. I still remember when I came down with the memory stick, and I was like, nah.
I know.
Because I remember when I saw it, and I was like, I have to show you this one.
Yeah. And I was blown away, you know. I was like, yo, we need to get that game. I was like, we need to get that game. And it wasn't out in Europe, wasn't it?
Nah, yeah, because I remember I imported it. When I got it, it was like anniversary collection or something on PS2. It's like American version. I remember I imported it because I'd like to swap this thing on the PS2 and I remember that day, man. I remember that day, man.
You hooked me up, and then that was it, you know. Like I think that must have been about 2005 or something, or 2000. Yeah, 2005. So got First Strike. We was playing that loads and stuff, like just me and you, and I was playing it to CPU as well. I was hooked. I was looking at match videos, like Family Fun Arcade. I was watching the videos from there, like in SoCal. I was watching the videos of the London players at Trocadero. But there was no scene in Birmingham.
And
then I remember, like, it must have been 2006. I was doing work experience. Actually, no, before this though, I figured out you could play like ST and Alpha 3 online on Kylera. Do you remember Kylera?
That was it, Kylera. Yeah. Because I knew there was something before Fight Kid, but I couldn't remember what it was called, you know.
Yeah, so there was Kylera, and I used to play Alpha 3 on that against some OGs in it, like Alion, Bublan. He used to play on the Kylera. One Up, who was this sick KOF player. So I remember I was playing with Alion and Alpha 3, and I added him on MSN, and he was giving me tips and stuff. And he's a strict guy, you know. He would send me not match videos, but combo videos, and he's like, learn these combos if you want to be good. He's like, do this, and if you make a mistake, he's like, why are you doing this? Why would you do that? And because I was using Junie in Alpha 3. I used some random characters.
Pure random back then, man.
So I was using Junie in Alpha 3, and he's like sending me like all the combo videos and stuff, and telling me which combo to learn. But that game was so hard. But yeah, I was playing Alpha 3, and then in I think about 2006, the CPS3 hardware or emulation got cracked. And it was like, because you couldn't play like First Strike online really, but then the CPS3 emulation got cracked, and that was like a big like thing in the fighting game scene, because that meant you could play First Strike on emulation. You didn't need like an arcade board or console, and it meant you could play it online as well. So I remember when this happened, I was doing work experience at a Business Post. You remember Business Post back on Bromford Lane or whatever?
Yeah. Yes.
So I was doing work experience there, and then First Strike got cracked, and people were playing it online on Kylera, and I was staying up until like 3 o'clock playing it online, and it was delay based as well, so the netcode weren't even good, and I was like falling asleep at the work experience because I was so tired. I was a fiend in it.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think one thing that I know about you at the time, like obviously once you're kind of, once you start on something, like you will soak up as much as you can.
And then that's what I had to do.
That's where you get to it, like, but
because I remember watching listening to like Pyro Lee podcast on First Strike and stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm not a gamer. I'm not a fighting game player. I'm a third striker." And I was like, "That's it. Every other game, drop now. I want to be good like Pyro Lee. I need to."
Because it was because I say, like, obviously we used to play like Guilty Gear. We're still playing VF. We're still playing like, obviously you used to play Smash with your brothers and that as well. Like there's still points where you were dabbling in all the games and that. But then I think, as you say, there's a point where First Strike was the main game.
Yeah.
And, like,
So
that was it. Like,
I like Third Strike was the main game. I was watching like match videos all the time, and then like my favorite player was Roshi Hikari from Japan. So he was the Yang player, and he was the only Yang really that used SA3. Because I saw him using SA3 because I thought I don't want to use Young because everyone uses top tier, everyone uses it.
Yeah.
And then I saw these Yang SA3 combos. I thought, yo, this guy's sick. I'm gonna like he inspired me, and that's why I use the same color as him as well. Medium kick button color.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just like rinsing the game and stuff, and then I think we went to a tournament. Didn't we? We went to one of the SVBs. That was offline tournament in London.
Yeah. I was the chauffeur to the stars back then. Still, like, trust me. Like, they go tournaments and like I'll be okay. Yeah, Alex, we're gonna go to this tournament. I'll sort out all like the train tickets or whatever travel that we used to go down. Alex wouldn't have to do nothing, you know. I'll just be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna go New Street at this time. I'll do everything, but like I think
rolled up together.
Yeah, Chelsea is because we didn't know no, but we didn't know anyone. Didn't know no better, so it was like this is happening. Like, and at the time, I was still obviously playing in that, but I think there's starting to be like a clear separation in terms of like the levels essentially, because I weren't playing as hard as that, and like I was never really that good. I was all right, but I feel like the drive that I had is different to the drive that you had, as you say, watching the videos and the podcasts and stuff.
Yeah,
so it's like Alex is my boy in it, so like, you know, we go to these tournaments, so I just hooked up the thing and then we just went down and like just from there, man.
Yeah, and I think that was 2007, that first SVB, and I remember like I didn't do that well, to be fair, and it was groups in it. When there was 4 people in a group, and in my group I had Pedram, a Ken player called Nav, I think, and Reinhardt. So I played Reinhardt 2007, lost, got battered, and I think I went 1 and 2 in my group, so I didn't make it out. And that was it. Tournament done. Like tournament done basically, because I didn't enter anything else.
Yeah.
And then it's just insane. SBD not playing fighters.
Yeah, I know these man. I see the trolls are starting to come out. Ignore them, man. So carry on the combo, man.
But then there was the second tournament was at Omega Sector.
Yes.
So Omega Sector, we that like opened up, and that was like that. It was so sick. So
way ahead of its time. I remember I don't know, like obviously open, and I think it was open for a bit before we ended up going. I can't remember why we didn't go straight away, but I remember we went and it was like
and then that's where we met, like, you know, Ossie, Asa, Lom, Kawa,
even
they were all playing the 3D games in it. And then we'd roll up with the 2D games, the Street Fighters. No one was playing. It was just
it was. Trust me, at that time, Birmingham was Tekken town, man. Like
Tekken and Soul Calibur. Tekken and Soul Calibur. And then we would just bring up, and they didn't even have CRTs as well. So, well, I think they had a couple. No, they didn't have CRTs. They had monitors then, and the monitors were really laggy because it was like you had to plug it in through like a SCART lead and stuff. It wasn't, there ain't no HDMI's then, and it was quite laggy. But then, and I think that's when the 3D games were still like quite popping and stuff, because there was like just 2D games like stopped coming out really. Like Capcom didn't bring out any like Street Fighters for ages. So, but then there was a tournament that was there, and they actually run Third Strike and ST. And then that was my second tournament, and I got third. I think it was like a 32 man bracket or 48 man bracket. It was
that it was Osplay 2, because I think that's that was the first, and then soon after that it shut down, in it, like
then soon after that it shut down, and then that's when we had to move to GGA. But that was like basically the introduction to the Birmingham scene, because then we moved. Omega Sector closed down. Then we moved to GGA, and then Street Fighter 4 basically came out in 2009. It came out in arcade in 2008.
Yeah.
And then actually we played a demo at
we went. It was another. What was it? SVB or Battle of Destiny?
Battle of Destiny, and that was
they had the arcade build of it.
Had the arcade games and stuff. The arcade build, and that was a qualifier for, I think it was for Evo. So in First Strike, and I got top 8, but I couldn't. That was my third tournament, and I got top 8 in it, but I couldn't play in the top 8 match because
training times. Yes, I remember it's coming back, man. Like, and I remember because CVS 2 was on before it, wasn't it?
Yeah, CVS 2 was on before.
Yeah. That was long, and we was like, nah, this ain't happening, man. And like, just Bison painting the fence, and hey.
Yeah.
I remember, like, me and Alex, obviously we're watching what we're thinking our time wise, and like, the trains that like must have been at 9:45 or the last train or some kind of nonsense like that. And it was like, you didn't end up playing, did you?
Nah, I didn't get to play. And Justin Wong was actually at that tournament, but I don't think he was allowed to enter because it was like a European qualifier and he was American or something, so didn't let him enter. But that was a good tournament. Like, it was like at the time that was like one of the biggest First Strike tournaments like that the UK ever had. And I remember I think I had to play against AQH, who was like an old school player, and he was in a group, and if I had to beat him, whoever lost was gonna have to play Zach Bennett.
Zach? Yeah.
I remember
Zach. Yeah. Shout out. Yeah.
I beat AQH. He had to play Zach. I was qualified top of the group, so I had an easier run. And then if I had to play Zach though, if I came second, I would have lost because his aura was excellent.
Yeah. Different guy back then, man.
But yeah, that was some of the scene, like how I got into it basically. And yes, then Street Fighter 4 came out.
And then obviously that was, as you say, it was kind of both of our introduction to the wider scene, and Street Fighter 4 just kind of popped up everything. And then JoJo, and we had like the ranking battles,
the legendary ranking battles.
Yes. Super 8 tournament, all
Super
that.
8 tournament, in like that first ranking battle, I think I got 4th overall or something, but I had to miss 2 of them because I had exams. It was run every month, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think we were like super regular.
We ran it every month. So Dojo was every 2 weeks. 1 week it would be casuals, and then I think the other week it would be the end of the month it would be the ranking battle. And there was loads of people in that ranking battle as well.
Yeah. We had a lot of people like coming down, and there's been pure like dojo events that we had where like obviously like Ryan Hart's came down, and all sorts, man. Like, there's a lot of history in that place, man. Like, for real. Like, remember the double beatdown when we was at outside?
Oh yeah, was that Tekken and the other game?
I think it was Tekken and might have been Guilty Gear at the time. But yeah, from what I remember, it's Tekken and Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
And it's like, but yeah, there's been a lot of history. So I guess like obviously, we've explained a bit about like you're starting up in the scene and that. So I guess obviously where do you feel like you kind of got to a point where you kind of traveling tournaments without me more regularly in terms of and making a name for yourself essentially?
I guess because there was a lot of people in the scene, so you don't really want to go to a tournament by yourself. I have done before and stuff, but it's good to go with a group. And then I think when like GJ happened and then there was a big scene, we started traveling like as groups and stuff. And then I think Street Fighter 4 was like, I did do quite well in that life of that game. I think at Versus Fighting 2, Versus Fighting 3, I got top 8.
Yes.
And that was like over 100 people.
I
lost to Ryan Hart again and Tyrant.
Yes.
So yeah, so some OGs then. And then there was like a lot of Capcom events as well. So there was the Capcom anniversary tournament. It was like the 25th anniversary tournament, and I got 9th in that out of 128 players. So yeah, like Street Fighter 4, I had like a pretty decent run. I won the Super
8.
The Super ranking battle. So we done ranking battles for Super Street Fighter 4 as well. And I won that, and then I won the Super 8, which was the top 8 from the ranking battles. So yeah, I had like quite a good run in Street Fighter 4, and then like I think Marvel 3 came out as well around a couple of years after Street Fighter 4, and I was decent at that too.
Yeah.
I didn't play it as seriously as I did Street Fighter 4, but I had like a few top threes in tournaments and stuff. And obviously playing with Saif and stuff, he was gave us a good training. Oh, I think Steven's on. Can you guys still hear me? But I think Steven's on our Wi-Fi or something because he's frozen. But I'll carry on talking anyway.
No, I'm back.
You back?
Yeah, bro.
You're on Wi-Fi,
bro. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, man. It's a bit slow. Hold on, are you still there, Alex?
I'm still here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we can hear you, Stephen Gondo.
Hold on. Am I frozen?
Yeah, you're frozen. Steven's streaming on camera. What are these production values out? 2009 production, man. So what I'll just say, yeah, Marvel came out and there was, I was decent at Marvel. I remember there was a 10v10 for, it was London versus the rest of the UK and the rest of the UK run, and I was on the team, but I didn't even actually enter Marvel at SVB that year, but they still had me in the team. And yeah, and so yeah, Smexy Mill, the London captain, and I beat the London captain.
Hold on.
Yeah,
This is a blow, man. This
is
my apologies, man. Like, shout outs Virgin, man. Anyway, we're here still.
Yeah, I was just talking about Marvel. And
stuff.
Yeah.
You want? I remember because I just remember the famous phrase. "Oh, I beat the London captain."
Yeah, beat the London captain, and that's in the recording the scene.
Yes, recording the scene, which needs to come back, man. It needs to come back, man. Like, we had goal there, man. So yeah, you said obviously you played like Marvel and Street Fighter, and then obviously there's a point where you played BlazBlue in that as well.
Yeah,
like
BlazBlue, very good game.
Again,
a very good game.
Yeah.
Like Bang was one of my favorite fighting game characters. He was just like he was sick because he could go Super Saiyan and stuff, and I was like, yeah, sick character. And then Guilty Gear, XRD. I played that a lot. I think Steven's gone again. Steven picks us like Minecraft, So yeah, I played a lot of games. Mortal Kombat X.
Hold on, I'm back. Am I back now?
Now. Yeah.
My apologies, but nah, this is anyway. Continue. Yeah. You obviously you play like NetherRealm games and stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like I think because I think one thing that I noticed that you're always, if it's not SNK game, you're always open to play games essentially because you hate on SNK for no reason.
No, I've actually tried the SNK games, but the thing is the KOF ones, you have to pick 3 characters, and I just like to use one character.
Yeah.
I just like to focus on one character these days.
Fair.
So that's why I'm more willing to play City of the Wolves.
I
was going to play that before the announcement.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, as I say, I think obviously you've kind of dabbled in like quite a lot of games. To be fair, like I think most people probably know you as like a Street Fighter player, but to be fair, as I say, you've played like a lot, and you've done pretty consistently well in quite a lot of the games that you've played. To be fair, like I think,
I
know you've got a couple of top 8s in like Mortal Kombat.
No, it's 9.
Oh, you missed the top 8.
9's in the Mortal Kombat.
Oh, my bad. My apologies. My apologies.
Tragic. Yeah.
But I think like I guess in terms of like the Birmingham scene, you've always been like renowned as one of the like better players in terms of like, especially like I guess more across multiple games as well. Like, what do you put that down to? Like, is there anything specific that you do in terms of like your training methods or how you kind of absorb information in these games, or like what is it that you think you do to kind of keep sharp in these games?
I think some of it is, natural. Some of it is natural because if you've got, I think might have some characteristics as a person that might make you better at fighting games, like having quick reactions. And I think reactions is important, and just being able to, it's all about mind games, isn't it? So there's some things that like it's hard to train. So some of it is natural, but then some of it is just like on hard work as well. So when I do pick up a game, I will research it a lot, look at match videos, and then just play a lot of people. And then that's how I get better initially. I just play loads of people straight away. And I don't really look at frame data. A lot of people look at frame data. Back in the day, there weren't no frame data. So I'll just play on a lot of feel.
Yeah, just instinct.
Yeah, a lot of feel and instincts. And I'll try and play people initially that are around my level so I can learn the game. And then as I improve, I'll try and like play people that are better than me. So when I lose, I'll just actively adapt. I don't really think about adapting really. I think it just happens naturally. Like I'll just be playing and I'll just like naturally adapt. And then that's how I get better really. But with I think it helps a lot with I can do it with the 2D games, but I've tried with the 3D games like Tekken. To be honest, Tekken's the only 3D game I played like seriously, or tried to play seriously, and it's a bit different in that because there's a lot of I guess there's a lot of moves that if you've never seen them before, you're not gonna know how to react to.
Yeah.
In 2D games, that's less common. You're not gonna see like a random like low that you've never seen before.
Yeah. Like the move setting like the 3D games is so compact in comparison to Tekken, where there's this string that goes into a higher or lower.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's half strings that like the pure strings that like people don't even use, and then they might bring them out on an occasion and stuff. And it's like there's a lot going on there. Like, what's happening?
I'm just seeing someone trolling in it. Like, Jinty actually could not hang on KO still. Gate kept by execute. You know what? Justin's he's just gate kept by lack of skill in it. Like, across multiple games in it. So, but yeah, Tekken is a bit different, and I think the NRS games are kind of like Tekken because there's a lot of strings and a lot of different strings that you need to know about, but it's like on a less scale. So, it's easier to like play NRS games than it is Tekken.
Yeah. So I guess like obviously, you kind of said, you kind of I guess quote unquote made your name for yourself on like Third Strike essentially, and even to this day you're still doing bits on Third Strike because obviously you recently won Third Strike at Sodium Showdown, which was not last week, the week before now.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So how was that tournament for you? And I guess obviously again you're not super active in Third Strike now, but you obviously retained a lot of the knowledge that you've got from the game back in the day, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of legacy skill from Third Strike, so I don't have to play as much, and I can still be quite good. But I think for Sodium Showdown and even versus fighting as well, I actually was playing quite a bit before the tournament, but I was playing it in a different way. This time I was like thinking to myself, why am I losing? When I was playing online and stuff, I was thinking that why am I losing? I need to like switch up get out of autopilot and like switch up my play. And I wasn't really doing that last year because I entered versus fighting last year and I didn't do well in Third Strike. But this year I did way better, and it's because I actually thought about why I was losing and like get out of the autopilot. So I think Sodium Showdown was probably one of the best I've played in a tournament. And I'm not just saying that because I won that, but I actually was actively thinking about my decisions and my mind games and beating the opponent instead of just playing on autopilot and hoping for the best. So I think there's a lot of like legacy knowledge and stuff with that game. Same with ST as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say because obviously it was top 8 this year versus fighting for ST.
I got 9th in Third Strike, and then I got top 8 in ST last year as well.
Yeah. So again, still pretty consistent with like ST and like Third Strike, and that retaining that information and the knowledge that you have for those games, I guess, which is pretty sick, man. It's pretty sick. So I guess what is probably I don't think I've ever asked you this. I guess in terms of, as I say, you've played so many fighting games now, and like we'll get to like the newer ones like in a bit. But I guess off your head now, like in order, what would you say is your like top 5 fighting games?
Top
Like
5 fighting games.
Yeah, like in order if possible. Like
Hmm.
I don't even know myself, so this would be interesting
That
to
is a
hear
tricky one.
your perspective.
I don't even know what my favorite one is. I'll probably have to say First Strike. It is, after like all these years, I do enjoy it. It's a good game. There is some dumbness in the game. Chun-Li and Yun, really, and Makoto. Hate those characters. But it's just a classic game, and I think to have it, even though it's not, the balance is not the best, but to have that level of balance at that time, and it's only had like, there's no patch that, well, I guess there's 3 versions. It's just a really timely game, and it's like, I think just the whole parry system made it like timely and stuff, and it made it be able to have those like flashy moments and everything.
It still retains like there's the spectator element of like the parries and stuff, and it's still the totality of the package. It still retains its
exactly.
Like, it's okay. So we're gonna put First Strike number 1.
Yeah, we'll put First Strike number 1.
Oh, all right.
Rudy's saying Injustice 2 better be on there.
Nah. Even I'd say Injustice 2 weren't the one. Like Injustice 1, let's go Black Adam all day. Like
Robin. Well, no, Robin in the Injustice 2.
Oh,
yeah.
We've got the screenshots in the chat and that.
Yeah. No, that was a fun game. That was fun.
That was good time. Good time.
Second, I'm not going to say ST because I think that game is just. There's a lot of nonsense in that game.
Yeah, there's a lot of dumb. I think ST is mine. I'd say ST is mine because I think like just coming up on Street Fighter 2 like back in the day, like because I remember obviously I played it at arcades like briefly and whatever, but when I got Super Nintendo like Street Fighter 2 like bundle for Christmas, and I think that was it. Like, so I think I have so much fun memories of
Street Fighter 2, was it?
It's just Street Fighter 2. It's literally
okay.
But it came with the scissors, I remember, and like I think that's what kind of set me off on my path essentially in terms of like, the fighting games and whatever. But I think ST always holds like a place for me, but it's not about me though. So you wouldn't say ST though.
No, I wouldn't say ST. I'd probably say, you know what game I liked a lot? Guilty Gear XRD, because
XRD.
Yeah, XRD, because the version of Chip in that game was like one of my most favorite characters ever. He had he was just like a character made for me. He had like a walking, teleports,
just
like
all that nonsense.
Yeah, and he was still quite hard to use. He needed like execution with like the jumping stalls and stuff.
Yeah.
But he was such a fun character, and then it was disappointing in Strive and like the, I've told this story before, but like I picked up Strive, went into training mode because I never look at I don't really look at like the betas or anything. I just like want to play the game like properly and stuff.
Yeah.
So then in Chip's teleport is down and a button. So I was just pressing down and a button. Down, punch, nothing came out. I was thinking, just punch came out. I was thinking, what's going on? Down, triangle, nothing. Down, every button. I was thinking, what's going on? What's this command list? No teleport. I ruined my character. I was hurt. So, but yeah. So XRD maybe third, and then BlazBlue.
Yeah.
CS2.
CS2?
Or maybe CS1. No, CS2 because that was more balanced. CS1 was when they said like.
Was that Arakune or was that?
Oh like, yeah, no. I think Arakune has been dominant in all of them. I think, but I think in the first one.
Very first one.
Yeah, he was like ridiculous. I think that one was too broken. But banging CS2, I liked that engine, and that one was more balanced because banging CS1 was just like OP. He had the 5A to 5K, even though that wasn't the thing. But CS2 was more balanced and stuff, and then it allowed you to use the Super Saiyan more as well. It was more worth it. So
I still remember the song, man. Bang, 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 bang. I remember hearing it all the time. It's like,
You set up the bumpers and stuff, and you just like all around and stuff.
All over the place, man.
So I had good memories on that game, and then maybe Alpha one of the alphas.
2 or 3.
Alpha 3 was a good game. I liked the single player in Alpha 3. I wasn't good
World Tour
competitively.
mode. Yeah,
But yeah, the World Tour mode, I like rinsed that loads.
Rinse that, man.
But from a actual gameplay perspective, I like Alpha 2.
A2.
I think that's
a
good game.
Really broken. I think that's like general consensus. Like people prefer Alpha 2 than 3, to be honest. Like I think
really say driving past Kiva and blasting the bands with the same song. That was quite funny because Kiva was not happy when I think I beat him in a team tournament and then he wasn't happy and then and then 5th might be controversial, but I had a lot of fun playing this game. I never played it in tournament. I never played it like competitively against anyone.
Where are we going?
But Melee, Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh yeah, okay. To be fair,
was so fun.
To be fair,
Ultimate Brothers and stuff. And
as I say, like obviously that was one of the games that like I'll come around sometimes and like you and your brothers and I didn't understand Melee at all back then.
Yeah,
I never really played it. I didn't really touch it, but like these men were playing it, so I can see that one. It
was so fun. It's a good game, like so technical as well.
The Ganondorf, man.
Yeah, Ganondorf. And
the amount of times I go to the house and like we're playing in that now. All it was Ganondorf, Ganondorf. Like Alex is body man's left and right and that, and it's just like
standard.
Yeah.
Jassy saying Smash main Jinty. No, I can't say I'm Smash main because I don't think it's
but again, even back then, I think like you had the natural ability to kind of be good at any game that you kind of, I guess, put your mind to, quote unquote, like
fighting game, I
guess fighting games,
No fighting games. I do struggle with some games. Like I ain't gonna go on a tangent.
We can go on a tangent, man. The dogs, yeah.
No, well, not even the dogs. The Archers. That was what was that?
Is that
Demon Souls? Demon Souls, yeah. But the Souls games are hard. Ocarina of Time, flipping out. I did not complete that. That game was too hard. I remember I was on Game FAQs, reading the guide every single step of the way because I didn't have a clue what was going on in the end. I just couldn't beat it. Single player games. Some of these games are just hard for me.
But in terms of the fighting games, in terms
of the fighting games,
you got it unlocked still.
Yeah.
So I guess like the games nowadays, like obviously you're still active in like Street Fighter 6, I guess, and that.
Yeah.
Ken main as which is not a surprise at all.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about like Street? Are you still like playing it a lot right now? Like, because I know there's a period of time I think before Versus Fighting where you were kind of back because there's a point where you weren't playing it as much, and then I know like maybe closer to Versus Fighting you're back online again and like getting the games in and stuff. How are you with that game now? And how do you feel like about the game as a game by itself at the moment? Like,
yeah, so I think I was playing it a lot at the start, and then I actually kind of won a tournament in it because there was a tournament at Jassy's house on the second day of the release.
I think I remember. Was it streamed?
Yeah, they were streamed as
well. Yes. I remember.
I beat somebody in the grand finals. They're in the chat, but I ain't gonna name names.
Blow it up, man! Blow it up.
I beat Justin in the grand finals.
What a surprise! You beating Justin? What a surprise!
I think it's 12, 13 people. And then there was the Drive Rush tournament.
Yeah.
And I think I got 5th in that. So yeah, I was playing it quite a lot. And then I guess after Versus Fighting, because I didn't do well in Versus Fighting in that game. So I didn't even make it to top 96. So I wasn't originally meant to play ST at Versus Fighting, but I was like,
last year.
I was like, I need redemption. Put me in the bracket. I need redemption. So yeah. So I actually got no, not that. But TO privilege in it. No, I'm missing. But I actually got top 8 in ST, so I did get my redemption. But yeah, after Versus Fighting, I kind of stopped playing. I went to Sodium Showdown actually, which was like around this time last year as well. And I think I got 9th there. And then after that, I kind of stopped playing. And then I didn't play again for ages. Like I wasn't playing when Rashid came out or Ed or Aki. Like I missed all of those releases.
Yeah.
And then when closer to, I think I started playing again when Season 2 came out. But you know what? I like the game a lot. I can't lie. I like the game. I like the system. I like Ken in that game is really, really fun. Probably like one of the most fun versions of Ken in any Street Fighter. And yeah, it gets a lot of hate for no reason. I don't know why, but this happens with all of them. Like Street Fighter, Street Fighter 4 got hate. Search Strike got hate. Like all of the games get hate.
The next iteration always gets hate, or like retrospective hate as well. Because like obviously, First Strike was there, then Street Fighter 4 came out. It was jab, and then people complaining and all the rest of it. And then 5 came out, and then it's just V Trigger.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just Drive Rush, and it's like there's always something to pick up on, I guess, with these.
Exactly. Some people are always gonna complain, but I think these days you either get on with the game and play it, or you just don't play it in it. Like
because
you don't have to play it, but it's the latest version of the game, and that's the one where so
no one's playing 5. No one's playing 5. Like no one is playing Street Fighter 5 right now. Like people maybe it's still a scene for like Street Fighter 4, obviously.
Exactly.
So like people together for versus fighting and whatever else and doing his own thing on the online tournaments, but it's very rare that like once the latest version of a game comes out that people will go back.
Exactly. So you've got to like play the game or
play the game or just don't play. Like my thing is just there's no point complaining. Like if you don't like it, just don't play it. Like
because it doesn't do anything. Like for the there's negative impact on the scene, and if you complain and like cutting the game off, because then the people that do want to play it and like it, it's just like they're getting kind of drowned out. So
it's annoying personally because I just think like just play the games you enjoy. Like just play retro games of bullshit and like Marvel 2 came and I don't really play. Man's know I don't really play like that too tough because the new games I don't really get on with the new games.
But I see you doing all right now, and I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to spend the money.
I'll bring it, man. But come on, Marvel 2, then innit? Like, I'm with all the smoke, man. Ask Coop, I'm with all the smoke, man. But I'm playing it because I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it, like and I feel like it's just play games that you enjoy. Like I've never been of the mind of I'm gonna play and struggle through this game and complain about it. Like just play the games you enjoy, like. And I think it's been a long time that I've had a game where like it's just okay. I enjoy playing it. Like no one think too hard I can do. I just play it. So if you want to step up on Marvel 2, come on in it. Like
I'm good at most games and stuff. So
all right. Oh, hold on. We Justin, why is complaining crucial? Why is complaining?
You know what? Let's move on.
Justin just trying to be anti-establishment as per you.
I know.
What need to complain about? Just don't play it. Just don't play the game. Like I don't know but I think part of it is like because sometimes you kind of need to feel. Why are you bringing up VAR? Though? It's a completely different thing, though. It's a completely different thing, though, Justin. Because VAR is
VAR is part of like the current game, like of football, and It's like, not like it was in like it's this completely different. It's completely different.
Completely different. Like and like I'll complain about VR, but like at the end of the day, like I accept it for it because me saying, oh hey VR, like, I can complain about decisions, but like no, I'm not gonna because it's not the totality of football. You know what? It's just anyway, we're gonna get to football, but we're gonna avoid this nonsense because I'm just gonna get mad. Anyway. But yeah. So obviously you're enjoying like Street Fighter now, and
I'm enjoying it. I need to play it more, but like I do enjoy it.
Yeah, nice. So I guess again, like obviously, Terry's just recently come out. I don't know. Have you played it since like Terry's?
Nah. I haven't played it since Terry dropped, so I've been like quite busy. But I am gonna play it like again probably like next week. Actually, Saturday. I've got some time then, so I'm gonna be back on it on Saturday.
And I say obviously, we mentioned earlier about City of the Wolves. There's an announcement today that Ken and Chun-Li are in.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I didn't see it coming. I saw Jassy posted in the WhatsApp group, and then he was like, Jinty gonna have to get top 8 at Garou now. And then I just saw Ken in Garou, and I was like, what the hell? And I had to click. I clicked on the link in it because I thought, you know, I ain't gonna get trolled in it. And I was waiting to see it, and I saw him. I was like, yo, that's it, really. I was gonna get it anyway. I was actually gonna get it anyway.
Yeah. That's another game. That's another game that I feel like I'm interested in. That I'll probably play like a bit. Like, obviously, I played King of Fighters quite a bit, to be fair. Like, but I think I just again, it's just being able to enjoy the game. Like, I might not be the greatest or whatever, but if I enjoy the game, I play it, and I think that's like. But obviously, again, my mentality is different. You know, elite is like Justin because I'm not competitive, so I'm just gonna play games that I enjoy. Like, I don't give a fuck, but like. Yeah. Whatever in it. So, but yeah, obviously, Justin mentioned VAR. Thanks for the segue there, Justin. So,
well, Jesse's asking. He wants me to say about my pad to stick journey and whether I bought a hitbox.
So what are you saying about that then?
So, I used to play all the fighting games on pad, and I used to use Yang on pad as well, and used to use bottom bind as well.
Yeah, I remember that too.
One person in the scene, he didn't like that stuff, but I had a Ken as well in First Strike, and I would be with Ken as well, and I didn't need bottom binds with Ken. So, but anyway, he said I wouldn't be as good on stick and without bottom binds, but I wanted to learn stick anyway because I always wanted to play in the arcade, and if you can't play pad in the arcade, so I wanted to learn stick anyway. So I got a stick. I think it was my first stick.
Was it the Namco stick?
It might have been the Namco stick.
Yeah. I feel like I'm sure you had one, and I'm sure I had one as well.
Yeah.
That was our first. Yeah,
small stick, like OG stick, man. Like it was pretty good though back in the day. And it took me a while to learn stick, to be fair. Like, but it was just a lot of practice. It must have been taking me like 4 or 5 months to get to a level where I thought I was like the same as pad on stick.
It was a hard transition.
Hard transition, especially when you've like playing pad like all your life and stuff. And then I can play on stick now. I can still play on pad kind of as well. So I actually play Street Fighter games on stick, and I play non-Street Fighter games on pad.
Is there a reason for that? Like,
it's not even like that clear cut actually, because I played BlazBlue on stick, but I played Guilty Gear on pad. And then I've played I play Tekken on pad and other games on pad, but then mainly Street Fighter and MVC I was playing on stick.
Yeah, I kind of vary as well. I think I've geared more towards pad now just because I'm lazy. Like, in getting the stick and plug it in and whatever. Like
Marvel, more practical.
like Marvel at the moment. I'm playing on pad at the moment, like on Marvel.
Yeah.
And the PS5 pad is horrible, but I'm still buddying fools.
I don't mind it,
Nah, PS5 pad.
I don't mind it, like shout out to the PS5 pad.
It's now for me, I feel like it's horrible for fighting games, man. But I'm still putting in work in Marvel too. But anyway, it's not about me.
Yeah.
See you, Alice.
So, and then they're saying, was there any memorable moments of the conversion? There weren't many moments of the conversion, but there was memorable moments when I was using pad, and because I was using pad at that tournament, I was playing 2 and I got 3rd, and then it was complaining, just a button binder. Going telling everyone I was button binding.
Snitching and that, But, because it was the EX slashes, isn't it?
Yeah, EX slashes.
Yeah.
But now I use pad now. I mean, I use stick now, and it's the same results and stuff. So, but yeah.
So I guess obviously you've accomplished a lot in your kind of career, as it were, in the fighting game community. What do you feel like would be your kind of standout moments or standout results that you've had over the time?
There has been some standout moments where I haven't necessarily won, but it's been a memorable tournament or memorable match.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are when I beat Will Tupac in Street Fighter 4.
Nice.
Were you there?
I don't think I was. What tournament was that? I don't think I was.
That was SVB 2010. I think, because it was
No,
on Super.
was that the one after the one that we did after recording the scene? Because I don't think I
But
went to.
no, because I didn't talk about that at recording the scene. So I think it might have been maybe before, but
Okay.
yeah, like it
I
was
don't think I don't think I went then. So
it was top 32 and it's single eliminates, and I just beat this young player to get into top 32, and then my next match was, and that was a big tournament. Like this was like probably about 150 players in Street Fighter 4. So I had to play World 2-pack. And I remember, I think it was Finch's. You remember Finch's? I think he lives around Bristol or something. But he was next to me and he's like, remember you can do low forward on the bunny kick. So I was like, don't worry, I know it.
Yeah. Obviously, you play Justice so much.
I played Justin, yeah.
Play Justice so much. Obviously, you knew that matchup from whatever.
Yeah, and there was a big crowd watching behind. This was before this was before streams and stuff. And then. Yeah, he was like he's one of the best like French players at that time. His Viper was next level, and then I was just
was his Viper better than Justice Viper?
Wow, no comment.
All right, carry on.
But yeah, I think every read I got right. Like I just low forward, he done his burning kicks. I was just like carry grabbing him, like. Let's got every read right, and I just beat him. I think it was to be 2-0, and it was proper upset, and everyone was. I turned around, and there was everybody just going crazy, like jumping on the chairs and stuff, and you know, it was a mad like win. Like
then
I had to play. Then I got top 16, and I had to play Reinhardt.
You have a history of Reinhardt, you know.
I know. I've lost to him like. Probably every single Street Fighter.
Yeah, because you played him at like so many versus fighters as well. Like obviously you played him this year as well. Like
so yeah, that was a memorable moment. And then winning the Super ranking battle, because that was like a long ranking battle, and I got like a nice trophy for that. And then one of them is rival scenes, Third Strike.
Okay.
It's quite a funny story. So did you watch any of the rival scenes? Were you there?
I probably wouldn't remember them now. Like I must have watched them, but I probably wouldn't remember them because I think at this time I weren't really like traveling too tough like that.
Yeah,
you know, you kind of like flown the nest, as it were. You didn't need me under the wing. You didn't need me anymore. So you know, he's doing your thing and that, man.
So this was 2016, and I entered Third Strike, ST, Guilty Gear, and I think Street Fighter 5 was there. So, but for Third Strike, it was me, Rudy, and we didn't have another player, so it was just us two. But then we needed a team of 3. So there was a player from Leeds there, I think Shabs, and he'd never played Third Strike before, ever, and it was like, yeah, just join our team. So we got three people, and we'll try and carry it. So. We all used Ken as well. We all used Ken.
Hold on, Jassy dropping links in the chat.
I think might be the link to the rival scenes clip maybe. So we all used Ken, which was a bit controversial because like we're using the same character. And I said, all right, this is the plan. I'm gonna go first. Then Shabs will go second because he's never played the game before. He just wanted to learn it. And then Rudy will clean up if I like lose. So he's going third.
Yeah.
So it was groups into a top 4 bracket. And I think in the group stage, there was 7 teams. I OCV'd 5 of them.
Damn.
So was already qualified. Shabs and Rudy didn't have to play until the 6th game. So I actually lost to Scott Rogers. He's actually beat me in a few tournaments, to be fair. So
okay.
And then Rudy beat him, so we won the group stage. So we went into the top 4. In the top 4, I lost to Afro. I think Afro was on this
on the stream. Yeah, I think
it was also shout out to Afro. I lost to his ego. And then I remember Rudy, I could tell he was angry because he said, I'm angry, you know. Like, no, why'd you lose? So, but then he won. He OCV'd the team.
Yeah.
And then we had to play a London team in the final. So it was Harley, 3J, and this guy called Ant. He's a chem player. 3J's Makoto, and Harley was using Oro. So we were playing, and I went first. I lost. Then Shabs lost, and then Rudy lost. We got OCV'd, and we thought, crap, we've lost that. That's it. Tournament done.
Yeah.
And when Willow's like, tournament ain't done. Grand finals is first to 2. You need to win twice to win and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, man's got a lifeline line. It like he wants to be a millionaire. Got a lifeline. So yeah, played again. And then I OCV'd them in grand finals. So to reset it.
Yeah.
And then Harley played first this time, and then I beat him. So I won 4 games.
Yeah.
Then I lost, and then Shabs lost because he wasn't gonna. He was just learning. And then Rudy came on, and then Rudy beat, and then it came down to Rudy versus 3J in the last game.
Yeah.
And it went down to the wire, and last round, and then I think Rudy done a fierce DP, and he got parried, and he cancelled it into double DP, and then they both were at like about 5%, like 5-10%. 3J lands a back grab, and I thought, oh crap, this is gonna kill Rudy. So I got my stick, I put my stick up in the air like that, like I was like so angry. And then Shab was like, look, he's still alive. And then Rudy wakes up with medium punch DP, and then he wins. And it was actually crazy. And I think that's like, even though like it was like Rudy winning and stuff, but it was one of my favorite moments in it because it was so unexpected. It was like one of the hypest things ever. Like, you see the clip of it, man, because it's actually crazy. So that's like one of my like favorite moments as well.
Six. Nah, I look out for it, man. So yeah, like obviously we'd Justin mentioned VR and that. So I guess we're touched on footballers. Obviously you're an avid football player and that now. I think like there's a point in time where you started to take it a lot more seriously and got more games and that. And I think like obviously some of the playing of the fighting games and stuff kind of took a back seat because you're focusing more on like the football side. So how do you find like balancing the two now, or is it easy to balance the two now, or how did you find it initially?
I guess I don't think it's that hard if I was just playing football, but because I do the editing as well. So
yes, of course.
That takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Editing like one match can take an hour matching it. Editing can take about 2 hours just for like a 10-15 second clip.
But that's when you're amateur, or when you're like me, when you're pro like me, you can do quick thing going in.
All right, so let's ask Justin. Justin, does Steven do anything quickly?
Shut up, man. No, I'm rapping. So carry on. For those that don't know, obviously Alex plays football as a goalkeeper, and he records the footage and put his guys on socials, which you can obviously shout out towards it and whatever. But yeah, carry on, man.
So yeah, like doing the editing takes quite a while, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist as well, so I always want to have it like make sure it like is like really good, and trying to get it in line with like what the social media platforms promote now. So it has to be like 9x16, which is so annoying because that's like what it is on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff. Shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
So having to make it by 9x16 and then also getting the length right. Yeah. So if it's too long, people will lose interest, and if so it has to be like
about a minute. Is like a minute or so more.
Nah. For the shorts, like
for shorts is like I guess.
I think I've got the dashboard and stuff on Instagram, and it tells you when people like stop watching.
Okay, you got all the analytics.
People like drop off after about 9 seconds. So the sweet spot is around 9-10 seconds to get like the best engagement. So all of these like factors and stuff that I've been taking into account. But yeah, I think it's really enjoyable. Only time I've seen him move swiftly is
just in the
towards
clown
FIFA.
store. Just in the clown store, you know. Nah, man.
Shocking, man.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible, innit? Well, carry on doing it. This ain't about him though. This ain't about him though. My man's afraid to come up on community corner, innit? So that's why he's in the chat. That's why he's in the chat and not up on the camera, innit? Like, but
but yeah, like but yeah, I play in goal and stuff. I've always played in goal basically from when I was young. I played for my school in goal, and yeah, I like to collect the kicks as well. So I got some behind me as well.
I see the Villa one behind you still.
Yeah, there's the Villa one.
What team do you support though, Alex? What team do you support though?
I support Villa, and I'm an Arsenal fan.
Wow, man had the answer prepped, you know.
I did, you know, like
man had the answer.
I was already like Batman in it. I knew he was gonna ask it.
Fair enough, man. But yeah, but I guess just touching obviously like so what caused you to kind of take it more seriously? Because obviously, like, you know, even back in the day we used to play Pro Evo and like, you know, we was always football and that. But what got you to the point where he's like, okay, you're gonna take it more seriously and you're gonna start playing more? Because you play like, is it like three times a week that you play?
I try and do 3 times a week. I try to do. I don't know. Like I started. I guess I started playing a lot in 2018, and I think that's when Dojo started playing quite a bit. So we used to play
there's a period of Dojo.
I've always played on and off because I used to, with my old company, we used to there was like a football tournament in Prague, and we used to go there and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And I used to play on and off, but there would always be a session I'll play like one set of group of people, then would first get the numbers, and then it would finish, and then I'd stop playing. But now, like, I think I just like being able to. I like being able to see my saves. You know, I can't even lie. So when someone,
gratification and that, like,
yeah, when Rudy, well, you know what it is when I'm playing in goal and stuff, and I do a save. If it's not recorded, I can't see what it looks like. And I don't know how. Before, like, I was recording it, I never knew like how it looked doing it. So it was good to actually find a way to see it. So I think Rudy started bringing the GoPro.
Yeah.
And then recording it and stuff. And then I was thinking, this is actually pretty cool. And then I got my own. Well, I was actually using Rudy's GoPro for ages. So shout out to Rudy, thank you. And then now it's just like.
Shout out to Zito. Zito just hopped in. Shout out to Zito, man.
Oh, Snap, the legend himself.
Exactly.
That's man, he's the legend, you know.
I know, OC is the legend, man. You're coming up here at some point, you know, OC. Don't worry about that, man.
Yeah. We have to talk about OC and the Tekken guys at some point as well.
100%, man, 100%.
So yeah, I just like to play, and I think it's a good way to keep fit as well. So even though I'm playing in goal, I burn like so many calories and stuff, and it like helps me keep really fit. So it's I do it for like the enjoyment and the fitness aspect of it, and also being able to learn a new skill with the video editing. So that's made the
who started you off on the software for the editing, Alex?
Marvin told me to get CapCut.
Nah, you reckon?
So thanks, Marvin.
I just discredit
you hooked me with a few things, and you told me about the frames.
Yeah. No, see, I'm still even now, years later, Alex, I'm hooking you up on that. You know, I was the man that birthed you into the scene, and look what happened. But that's cool. But yes, obviously you say like, you know, you support Villa, Arsenal, and all the rest of it. And that, like, I guess what do you think of first of like how do you think Villa would do this season in terms of like, you know, Champions League and managing both of the competitions, really, like. The big season for Villa. Like
at the start of the season, I thought that Villa wouldn't get top 4 again, but now after they started, they're playing really well. And actually, I think they're third now. Only one loss to Arsenal, which is quite. It's like
ironic,
yeah.
Wait, I remember. I think I must have been trolling in the chat at the time. Obviously, when both of them were playing, man.
Yeah. It is a tricky one when they both play each other. But I think they'll do. I think they might get through to the next stage of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Format, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a mad format. Like I feel like in the long run it would be better because I feel like in the old format with like some of the group games, like some of them are dead after like a team wins 2 games. It's like nonsense games really, but it still feels like there's gonna be a lot of games to play for up until the end of like the first rounds and stuff. So I think it's definitely passion. And I think in terms of Villa's like prospects for like top 4, I think they're good. I think they're good for top 4. You know? I feel like
he's a good manager. And,
he's built a good squad, man. He's built.
Yes, he has. He's got some good players, and you know what? It's good to go down to the games as well. Like, it's just like I live like 2-3 miles from Villa Park in it, so it's like I gotta go. I mean, I've been to the Emirates. I've been to the Emirates quite a few times as well. But it's just hassle. Like being there, trying to support Arsenal when you live in Birmingham and stuff. It's just long, isn't it?
Yeah. No,
but I still support them. I've got the kits and stuff. Let me,
So how do you feel like I guess Arsenal's prospects this season and obviously Sunday was horrible. Like just.
Yeah, you know what? Sunday I was so angry.
Yeah.
People try to tell you what's happening. Yeah. I was so mad.
Yeah. Like I think initially going into the game, I would have took a draw anyway because it's City at the Etihad and whatever else, and then going up 2-1, and then when Trossard got the second yellow card, I was like, what are you doing?
I thought it was game over. I thought it was gonna be like 4-2.
Yeah. Because after that, it's half time. You're like, it's done, and you're thinking to yourself, it's done now. It's done. Like, but then obviously, I don't know how they. And then you should have seen me. I kept looking up at the clock, and 5 minutes now. Now it's 60 minutes. Now it's 65. Like it was obviously as a spectacle for like the neutral, it wouldn't have been really like a great watch, but. For me, obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I was just, come on, and then it got to 80, and then it got to 90, and then there's a point where I think the ball come to Raya, and he's caught it, and you know when they drop down, all the players, and I was like, we done it, lads, we done it, lads, and then like obviously he's just got sucker punched in that, man. But I feel like we do good this season, man. I think that game would have done a lot for like the team morale and everything, and shows that they can. And obviously, I'm looking forward to when City come to like the Emirates and that, man, because it's gonna. I think there's like a bit of beef coming back to like that rivalry and that now, man. Definitely.
It's like they were rattled.
100%. So yeah, but obviously, you know, you're doing well in the football. You're doing well in FGC, but are you doing well in the FPL, Alex, right now?
Early days, isn't it? I was last week I was third, and then I need to get Haaland in to be fair. But
I don't know how you. Is it just that? Why didn't you start with Haaland? Like,
I just wasn't sure how he was going to do, and he was so expensive. So I thought if I put in other players, they might make up for the deficit.
They make up for like the gaps and stuff.
But it hasn't like worked out. Like, it kind of, because I'm not that far behind.
Yeah.
I was third at one point, so. I guess it was kind of working, but I guess Haaland is more stable.
Like for me, I was just like, there's no point messing around. I'm just gonna put Haaland as captain and just start him, and it's kind of worked out because who's top of the FPL? Me right here.
You're as corrupt as a City because you were waiting to see that you was doing well.
It weren't even that. Like obviously, I was doing so much with like. Obviously, like versus fighting stuff and like my book stuff and whatever. Like, I just remember I'd only sorted out my team. It was on the Saturday, literally at versus fighting, because I was doing so much beforehand and whatever. Like, obviously,
it started on the Friday.
And, I mean, whenever it was only sorted out. No, it was but it's still versus fighting. Yeah, it was the Friday.
Yeah, it was versus fighting. Friday.
Because like I was just doing so much, so like. I didn't have time to enter the league beforehand. I didn't know I was going to do so well. And like, you know, I paid the entry fee for the league and now I'm topping it. Like 20 odd points clear in this up now. But I feel this is lucky because we said like that was just like that was a gamble, that was to be fair.
Injured now, isn't he?
Yeah. So it's kind of messed up things a bit, but it is what it is all. But I'm top for now, and it's what it's all. It's all good, man. But yeah, man, Alex, I appreciate the time. I feel like it might be time to kind of wrap it up now. You know, I need to get back to Marvel 2, start bodying some fools. Nah, but I appreciate the time. I guess like any I guess in terms of like just the like last question in terms of like going forward for like the FGC, how are you feeling in regards to the games that are coming out, and where do you see, I guess, where is going to be your next tournament where people can see you, and from that really?
I'm going to the tournament at Belong tomorrow.
Yes.
That's just more to support because Amari's been asking people to go for ages in Scythe London, Scythe Birmingham now, innit? But he's been asking people to support, so I'm gonna support.
And then there's obviously, I think there's Drowning Pools is October, I think next.
But you know
what?
Yeah, it's actually next week. The thing with Drowning Pools, I don't like to go to a tournament just for one game. And Drowning Pools only has one game that
you're actively playing right now.
Street Fighter 6. There's no first right.
There's no Grand Blue as well in it.
No Grand Blue.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I can't go to a tournament just for Street Fighter 6. So I'm going to support, but I'm not taking it too seriously.
Fair.
Like random, but not random, but So I think that would be my next tournament. But like,
I think Rival Scenes got announced this week as well. I'm not sure.
I'll see what games are there.
I think
might have to try and get Rudy out of retirement if that's right. But I do want to go to an international tournament, so I think I might want to go. I think I'll go to Evo France, to be fair.
Oh yeah, I think like everyone will probably end up going Evo France next November. Is it next November?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be going to like any international ones before then, or?
I don't know. If I do, I'll see what's coming up and stuff. And
yeah. No, that's it. I might even go Evo France just because, and like. But Alex, thank you for your time. I appreciate everyone watching in and tuning in. I'm gonna wrap this one up now. I guess any last words from yourself in regards to if you got any kind of I guess just advice or any last words that you would like want to share, feel free to shout out your socials as well. And yeah, man.
Okay. Shout out a few people in the scene. So firstly, shout out to all the viewers for watching. Appreciate it.
Shout out to all you guys, man.
Shout out to you for running this. This is a good six stuff, man. Like full name as well. I would went with Dojo's Bizarre.
No.
But that community code is alright as well. Like
horrible name, man. Dojo's Bizarre Adventure. It will never work, Alex.
Nah, it will. Shout outs to, I guess I got to probably give out a shout out to Justin for versus fighting.
Why?
For versus fighting, for running it and stuff, and
anyway,
and versus fighting. To be fair, we didn't really talk about the running that, which is
didn't. To be fair,
that
you can if you want. I'm nice, man.
Maybe say that for another.
Yeah.
And. Yeah, just shout outs to the ED guys as well. Like I wouldn't be as good a player as I am, or even like I wouldn't be as good as I am or have as many achievements as I am if we went for the ED team. Like some of the ED guys have been like great like rivals. So shout outs to Ussi. So Ussi I've got a lot of respect for Ussi because he is one of the few players that is good at Tekken and Street Fighter and like 2D games. There's not many people, like if you think about like the scenes, who is good at Tekken and like and 3D games and 2D games? No one really. So
I think like for me, like as like obviously Dojo, whatever, like Ussi would be the kind of standard bearer of like the multi games, like play Blaze Blue, play Tekken, like. They do all essentially.
He's good at all. I mean, he's come out of retirement, man.
Yeah. Just for real, man. Marvel free, of course. Like
Marvel free, Marvel Infinite as well. Yeah. And then shout outs to Rudy. So Rudy's been like one of my closest rivals. He's probably had the better of me over the whole like my whole career and stuff. It's probably like I'd say maybe 70% in his favor, if I'm honest. But he he makes me like learn the game when he does play, and he's good to like train with, and it's quite funny with Rudy because he will always get the game late. He will always come late in it, and then you'll be playing against him, and he'll be terrible, absolutely terrible. But you can see the way he in the set he will level up as you're going along. It's like Dragon Ball Super Broly in the movie. Vegeta's fighting him. That's what it's like when you're playing when Rudy's actually playing a game. So
that's the thing. Rudy needs to come out of retirement. Like,
Rudy needs to come out of retirement.
Definitely again one of the better players that we've had as like a dojo, like from the Birmingham scene, and that like Fei Lang and that was sick and like
exactly.
Yeah, shout outs Rudy, man.
Shout outs to two.
Yes,
so to like sick at first strike. He was sick at Street Fighter 4. Obviously, he won first strike at versus fighting.
Shout outs to you, man.
And then like Jassy, legend in the scene now.
Yeah, man.
He brings.
I think might have Jassy on next week still.
Okay, that's it. Because the hype he brings to the tournaments now, and like just what he does for the third strike and STC.
Yeah. Salute to Jassy.
It's like he's like basically keeping that scene alive, like pretty much, especially at running it out versus fighting. I know he like he's every single time he's like that.
Yeah, it's the last one, innit? I'm not doing it anymore. But Jassy's that guy, man. Jassy's that, as I say, like hopefully we can get Jassy on next week, and that we're still working it out. But hopefully, and then we're just. But yeah, carry on, Alex. Carry on. Sorry, I don't mean to. Marvin.
And then. Yeah, the shouts to everyone else, man. Like like the current players now. There's some like new school players. They're good. I can't shout out everyone, but
where's my shout out, Alex? For birthing you still like.
I shouted you out already.
I'm rapping, bro. I'm rapping, man.
But yeah, those are all the shout outs.
Shout out to socials and that as well, man.
So yeah, you can follow me on. I don't use Twitter much, but I'm trying to use it more. But I think my Twitter handle is Alex J Blake. Yes. No. Yeah, I think it's Alex J Blake, but just search for Alex Blake. Same on Instagram.
It's not the same on Instagram.
I ain't shouting you out because you just come. So I saw that. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna shout him out. So
it's Alex _J Blake on Instagram still.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I only found out that today because when I tagged you because I copied the Twitter post to tag you, and then I pressed on the thing and it's some random dude, and I was like, oh. So it's Alex. It's Alex _J Blake on Twitter.
Okay. So yeah, that's my Twitter. Instagram is Alex J Blake. If you want to see like football content, my saves, and just like I try and mix like football and fighting games and anime together. So
it's good. It's good content, though, man. It's good. It's legitimately good content. So
that's my Instagram, and then Facebook. I don't know if anyone uses Facebook. Alexander Blake. Yeah.
Nice.
And shout out to Zan. He's saying great interview. He is the fake Alex. Is that Alex as well? Alexander. I'm the original. The Wolves version. Shout out to Alex.
But I say shout out to everyone for joining us. Appreciate you coming on, spending time with us. Again, shout out to you, Alex. Thank you for the conversation. There's some jewels that obviously I didn't even remember or know as well. So thank you. Just keep doing your thing, man. But as I say, I'm gonna wrap this one up now. It's follow us on Electronic Dojo on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and follow us on Instagram at Electronic Dojo UK. Help us run up the numbers on that. We'll be dropping more content on there. Should be back next week with another episode.
Is it gonna be next week then?
Pardon?
Is it gonna be next week?
Yeah. I'll be back next week still.
On Wednesday, eating with Coop.
Nah. It's probably gonna be Thursdays now, to be fair, because I'm not trying to like cut issue and that, man. But I say working on the guests and that, and then just try and keep it consistent, man. But for now, I appreciate the time, Alex. And I say anytime you want to get bodied on Marvel 2, holler in it. Like,
who should holler at? You're gonna give me the names of the people.
I walked into that one. walked into that and said, I hate you, you know, Alex. I swear, man, I hate you, you know. But I appreciate it again, no, man. Safe on, man. But thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for having me.
We catch you soon. For now, guys, gonna shut this one off. Let's say you've got all the socials and stuff. SBD on the mic, Dojo Design Guy. Peace out, man. See you later, guys.